Hello, I'm Lucy Alexander. Welcome to London Today. The class act, it's trained the stars of British stage and screen for the last 100 years. Now, the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts is celebrating its centenary. RADA, the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts, was founded in 1904 by the exotic-sounding Sir Herbert Beerham Tree at the theatre in Haymarket. I've probably not pronounced that right, but I'll get the clarification in a moment. A year later, it moved to Gower Street near Russell Square and has been based there ever since. Well, in that time, there's barely a famous British actor that hasn't passed through its doors. Sir John Gielgud, Lord Richard Attenborough, Glenda Jackson, John Hurt, Anthony Hopkins, just to name a few. And to help mark its 100th year, this stunning book has come out packed with all the photos taken over the centenary year last year. We're going to be speaking to the photographer himself, Cambridge Jones, and actor Andrew Lincoln in just a moment. Contemporaries, both of them, at RADA. Firstly, let's check out that DVD that accompanies the book. Isn't that lovely? Anthony Hopkins there. I'm delighted to say, joining me in the studio, as you saw just a moment ago, Andrew Lincoln, who of course played Egg in This Life and more recently starred in Teachers. And photographer Cambridge Jones to the right of him. And actually to you, yes, it's on the right of your screen. He took those wonderful photos we just saw. Guys, thank you very much for coming in. And what a gorgeous book, Cambridge.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to do, I have to say.
And a labour of love.
Yeah, well, just I kind of had
a bit tricky.
Yeah, he's obviously a hard one. You know, never. I've actually photographed Andrew a lot, and he's never happy.
So you're in the book, Andrew. But tell us about your association with RADA. You were both there, but one of you's gone on to be a photographer, one of you's gone on to be an actor.
Well, yeah, I was there. When did we leave? It was '94, I think it was. We were the year of '91. Yeah. So, and one of the greatest things about RADA, I think, is the fact that you have such a diverse year group. And I went straight from school and had no sort of family who were involved in the business or anything like that. So it was the natural progression to come from school, 3 years training, and then from there, hopefully, you get an agent and off you go.
But it is the institution to go to, isn't it, Cambridge? I mean, it is the place to go to learn your acting skills.
I think it is. I mean, and in a sense, one learned that when they gave me the list. They said, would you spend the next year doing these 100 people? And you look at the list and you think, yeah, I think this is probably the place to go. And they don't even know they all went there. It's interesting, you go and photograph Andrew or Ian Holm or Anthony Hopkins, and they're always interested in where you've just come from, because they don't know everyone else who went there.
So there's 100 portraits in this book, Offstage, but obviously these are only the living actors,
yes,
because you didn't use archive footage at all.
No, they're all new portraits, yeah.
And what was it like photographing some of these people?
It really was an absolute pleasure, because they're all done in their own homes.
Yeah.
So there's none of this sort of formality of coming into a studio, and they're making you a cup of tea, and you're looking around at their furniture, thinking maybe that'll be good.
Looking at their Oscars.
Yeah, that's a nice Oscar. And it's a bit like sort of being a hairdresser or something.
There's John Hurt. You caught him mid-conversation, didn't you? Discussing what was he discussing? Gandhi, I think.
Yes, he won't thank me for repeating the story, but it involves Gandhi, him in Gandhi, and Lord Attenborough. And I'll leave them to tell you that on a different show. Talk
through some of these photographs then we can see here.
That's Tanya. That's Josie Darby, who you normally see looking funky and trendy. Yeah. That's Julian Glover, isn't it? Who'd just come back from Troy, and I asked him what it was like filming Troy, and he said, oh, hot in that caravan. And dull.
What an amazing experience for someone your age. You're 39 years old. I know you were both contemporaries, and you're 31? 31. There you are, 39 years old, photographing probably 100 of the most famous British actors, certainly of the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it was because last night at the Getty Gallery, when it all opened, the photographer kind of waiting to capture us as we arrived said that he was waiting for this 65-year-old man, because how could anyone else have had access to these people?
Absolutely.
And it was a really flattering moment.
What is it? Cambridge has done an extraordinary coup, I think, and it has just been very fortuitous that you were asked to do this as well. Yeah. But it's a beautiful... I think his great skill as a photographer is the fact that he captures people, you know, as you haven't seen them before, and very relaxed.
Let's just mention RADA, though, Andrew. What do you think? I mean, it's got the next 100 years. What kind of challenges do you think RADA will face?
I think it'll always face challenges because it's not subsidised. It's not a degree course, and it's very difficult to explain to people you know, what they're actually doing there. It's such a specialised, refined kind of way of teaching, and it has to be that way, I think. You know, it was the best 3 years of my life, you know, and I loved it, but I know that it would suffer if you didn't have all different types of people and different sort of races, creeds, colours and backgrounds, because that you're building a company.
Andrew, Cambridge, we're going to have to leave it there, but thank you so much for coming in. It is a beautiful book, Offstage, in all good bookshops. Now, that's it for now. We're back with London Tonight at 6. Now it's back to the ITV lunchtime news, and we can rejoin Alistair and Nina. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Hello again. A final look at today's main news.